Okay, we're live. Right. So yeah, welcome to the stream. And my name is Jaden. And in this channel, what we do is we help businesses grow. We grow businesses brands through search engine optimization and help businesses get better in terms of organic traffic. So I figured, I'm doing a couple of audits today, so thought I would create a video, stream it online, and then answer any questions that you guys have. So this is the first time I'm doing this, so let's just see how this goes. If you like more information about the audit that I'll be doing, follow the link below and you're good to go. Okay, so today I will be going through two audits. Actually, can I bring up? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so today we'll be doing two websites audit for two different websites. So let's just get started. So this is what I usually do. I have a template that I use for every of my client, which is here. And this is my first time testing StreamYard, so I'm not sure how it will go, but we'll see. So open this up. So this template, every single time when I audit a website, this template is the one that I use. So let me delete this. Okay, so we just want to create this for the website that we'll be auditing. So one of the website will be, let's start with this website first, Undo SG. Okay, so Undo SG. And what we do is we have Screaming Frog. And we use Screaming Frog to crawl the necessary data needed. So this gives us a clear pages. So this tool, right? If you don't have this tool, get this tool is free of charge for the first 500 URLs. And what you can do with this tool, it's you can just plug your website in and then let it run. And this tool will basically go out and crawl every single page of your website. So as you can see here, it's done. So we'll go ahead and export it out on HTML. Okay, so once this is done, let me just close this. And we have the HTML over here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open up, upload the file. And what I'll try to do is I'll try to stream a lot more, because whenever I'm doing SEO work, I want to try to stream so that at the same time, if you guys have any questions or if you want to learn how to do some sort of SEO, you can watch it through streams. I mean, that's one of the easiest way to learn in my own perspective. So yeah, so once we extracted, I don't think I can see pop-ups, because if there is a command, then I won't be able to see it. Yeah, but nevertheless, let's carry on. So what we do is we will map the pages here. So for example, Screaming Frog URL. Okay, we'll copy the URL over here. Okay, copy, and we'll paste it in. Okay, and then page depth. All that, copy in, paste it in. Status code. So status code meaning to say, what's the current status of the website. Whether is it live, whether is it redirected. So this gives us the status code of every individual page, and whether it's the site indexable or non-indexable. Okay, and then next will be the current title. And then current title length. Okay, later on I'll explain why is it important, why is it all showing red and showing green, so that it's easier for you guys to understand. But right now, let me just copy all of this and paste it in first. Meta description. Okay, already I'm seeing some errors over here. Okay, so this is what what an audit does, right? So before you go out and build any sort of links or do any sort of optimization, right? You just want to make sure that the things that you have on your website, it's optimized first. So think of it this way: if you have a house, before you want to invite people over to your house, before you want to, start promoting your house. Well, it's weird to promote your house, but think of it as you own a retail shop, right? So before you go out and promote your services, or before you go out and get customers coming in, you want to make sure that your shop is set up well. So that is what we are doing with this audit. Okay, we just want to make sure that all the necessary technical issues is solved on the website before we do any sort of before you write content, before you do any form of advertising, at least in a SEO perspective. So, and the reason why I'm plugging in also what Screaming Frog does is it gives you a lot of data to work with, okay? But you do not need, at least at a local business level, or if your website is not huge, right? You do not need to look at every individual aspects, because that will make you go crazy. You just want to take note of the things that will help you get the results the fastest, okay? Because like I explained, right, there's too many details for you to work with, and you don't have to, because by shortlisting the priority factors that you need to work on and just working on those will help you get organic traffic coming in. So that's the reason why I'm copying and pasting the things that I need with my template over here. Okay, number of inlinks. And later on, I'll explain step by step what this matrix are and why is it important. Okay, and then so these are the rest of the statistics that I will need for the second half of my audit, which I don't have, which is analytics from Google Search Console, and then from Ahrefs as well. Okay, so now that I've completed, I've gotten all the things that I need, right, for the most basic part of the audit. I like to make sure everything is okay. First of all, let me delete rows that I do not need, because it's slowing the whole Google Sheet down. Delete. Okay, and then I just want to make everything standardized. Okay, so now let's take a look, right? Let me see whether is there any comments coming in. No. Okay, so now so let me just explain to you what this matrix is all about. So basically, URL, it's every single page that you have. Okay, the URL of the page, right? So this is your home page, accounts page, and every individual page that you have, the URL. So it's listed here. The next one will be page depth. Okay, so first of all, what's page depth? Page depth is how deep is your page. So this is telling us how many clicks do people need to take to reach that page. Okay, so generally you want to have your page depth as low as possible, because your website needs to function in a way that you want to give the users what they want as fast as you can. So the less clicks that they have to take, the more effective your website is. So if you see, like, for example, right now, this page depth, right, it's around 4, like this page is 4, okay? So from a UX perspective, you just want to make sure that your pages are not getting too far or too deep into your content, that people are having a hard time accessing it, Okay, because if they have a hard time assessing it, right? So for example, if this is a product page and this is getting 4 clicks, that means people need to take 4 clicks, 4 steps for them to reach this page. Is going to drive down your conversion. Okay, so you just want to make sure that your page depth is not like ridiculously high. Okay, so that's for page depth. The status code is just saying, you know, is this page live? So for 200 pages, which means these pages are live. 403 means is what is 403? Forget. So 403 means the access is forbidden. Yeah, so there's some sort of like a code that is hidden on the site. So later on, what we'll do, right? It's we'll find out. So in this case, this is a not short, but small website. Okay, if you see for larger websites, you're going to have a lot of different status code, and you kind of want to diagnose, you know, how many 404 pages, how many pages are getting 301 redirected and things like that. Okay, and then the next one will be index or no index. Okay, index or no index, meaning to say, if your website is no index, you're telling Google not to put this particular page on Google. Okay, and you need to use this in a way that it's serving your website. So for example, some pages you do not need to index. You do not need to tell Google to index your site. And the reason why is because there's a lot of thin content, meaning to say your page, the content of your page is very thin, okay, lesser than 500 words, or you have duplicate content, meaning to say you have 2 pages, but it's talking about the exact same thing. So you do not want pages like this to be indexed, or you want to either canonical them, which is the other part that I'll talk about. Okay, so this is for showing us exactly which page is indexed, exactly which page is de-indexed. Okay, the next one will be page title. Okay, so this section over here, right, it's more towards on page. Okay, on page, meaning to say on the specific page, what is going on with that specific page. So for example, this is showing us the current title, the current page title of the page. Okay, and if you want to generate organic traffic coming in, you need to optimize your pages for on page. Okay, so for example, you need to optimize your page title. You need to make sure that your page title is within a certain length. So the next one will be the page title length. And if you can see here, my audit is conditioned in a way that if the characters here falls within a certain range, or if it falls out within a certain range, it will show as an error. Or if it is green in color, it shows that it's good to go. So for page titles, you want it to be between 30 to 60 characters. Okay, and the reason why is because, okay, very simple. Let me show you an example. Okay, so let's just say say buy shoes. Okay, one example of a good on page for page title, right? So if you look over here, okay, this is the page title. So if your page title is not between 30 to 60 characters, what's going to happen is you're going to leave a truncation over here. So this is called truncation, right? So it's not clear. The users do not know what they are getting into, unless this is done on purpose. But if not, this is what a nicely done up page title would look like. Very, very clear. The users see exactly what they are clicking into. So that's the reason why you want to keep your page title between 30 to 60 characters. Okay, so as you can see over here, the page title is 11. Some are missing page titles. And then, yeah. So for meta description, it works the same. So if you look below here, right, this is the meta description. Okay, so if the meta description is between 155 characters, is below 155 characters, it's going to look very nicely done up like that. Okay. Again, if it's not done up properly, it's going to look like that, where it's being truncated. Okay. Look, this is being truncated. So you want your meta description to be as clear as possible without any truncation. Okay, so that is for meta description. And then similar for header ones. Header ones are on the website itself. Okay, there are different header tags. Let me open this up. Okay, it's not loading for any reason. Okay, so header ones, H1s, are kind of like, so think of it this way, you know how you write essays, and then you have like your header one, your main headers, and then followed by subheaders, right? And the main header is ultimately the most relevant into what type of content you're writing, right? And then the subheaders are kind of like supporting evidence or supporting content. So for every individual page, right, on every single page for your website, okay, you only have one H1. Because think of it this way, if your whole essay has multiple page titles, right, then it's going to be very confusing, because what is your page really about? What is your page really about? So you just want to have one page title, and you want your page title to be between a certain length. I forget what length is this. But what is showing over here is, look, so some of the pages are missing page titles, some of the pages are missing meta description, right? So from an SEO standpoint, you are missing out on a lot of things that you can optimize, because this is something that you can optimize, right? Your page title can be optimized, your meta description can be optimized, your H1 can be optimized. And then if you take a look at the other column here, which is word count, the moment you have lesser than 500 word count, right, it's going to be considered thin content, okay? Okay, so for example, thin content is considered, little or no added value, okay? So these are, duplicate content and things like that. So as long as you have thin content, what happens is when Google identifies your website, when Google sends out their bots and crawl your site, they're going to identify all these as thin content, meaning to say it's not quality. These type of pages do not add any value in their eyes. So instead of making use of this content, what they will do is they will sort of like give you a soft penalty, because for duplicate or thin content. So you just want to make sure that your pages, whichever that are live on your website, you want to have more than 500 words. So you can see over here, right? If I filter this down, okay, look, all these pages have less than 500 words. Okay, which means what? This overall, when Google crawls the site, it will seem like a very non-quality website to them, because it has a lot of thin content. Okay, so that's one thing you need to take note on when you're creating pages. And the next one will be canonical. So canonical, it's a way to tell Google that. So if you have two of the same similar pages, right? So for example, if you have page 1, try and draw it out. So if you have page 1 and if you have page 2, okay, and say for example, both pages are selling Nike shoes, right? So this is Nike shoe, but this is red color. And then this is also Nike shoe, but this is blue in color. So what's going to happen, right, is these two pages is going to have a lot of similar content, okay, because the brand of the shoe is the same. The dimensions of the shoe is going to probably be the same. Basically, the specifics of the shoe will be the same. The only difference is the color, red and blue. So if Google comes to your site and if they read the page, they're going to see these two pages as duplicate content. And the reason why is because around 90% of the content is the same. So what you need to do is you need to insert a canonical, okay? And what a canonical does, it's telling Google that, hey, Google, when you come to my website, right, okay, if you look at this page, okay, do not pay attention to this page, because this page is really about this page. So pay attention to this, index this page, okay, prioritize all your attention on this page and ignore this page. Okay, so this is what a canonical tag does. Okay, vice versa, if let's say, for example, if the page that you want to rank or you want it to focus on is this page, you can do a canonical and tell Google that, hey, Google, when you reach this page, okay, do not focus on this page, focus on this page instead. Okay, so I'm going to erase this part so you don't get confused. Okay, so this is what a canonical tag does. So, I mean, in a nutshell. So I hope it's not too confusing. Okay, let me see whether there's a comment. Okay, no. Okay, so let's move on. Number of in links is how many links is done up. How many links is being pointed to this specific page. So that is for the first round of audit. The next round of audit, right, we'll go into a little bit of in-depth, a little bit more in-depth, because we need access to the Google Search Console and Google Analytics of this websites that we are doing audit for. So we do not have that right now. So we can only make use of this. Okay, and because this website owner told me that this they just had this website created, so I'm just gonna go browse through. So, okay, first of all, let's see which pages are non-indexable. Okay, so these pages are non-indexable, which is okay because this is a cut page. Okay, and remember, for every content that is for every page that has thin in content, right? So look, this page is basically don't have any content on it. So it's best if you de-index it. So in this case, which is correct. Okay. So now we want to take a look at all those pages that are being indexed, which should be no indexed. So a good way to do this is to go under word count and then take a look at all these thin on content pages. So let's take a look. So this is probably a category page. Yeah. So this is coming soon. So let's see whether is this being indexed. Yeah. So if you want to find out whether your page is getting indexed or not, just do a simple site colon search. So this page is getting indexed. So you want to no index this page, and similar with this is probably going to be another thin content. Yep. Okay, so these are pages that are good for navigational purposes, good for users that are on your website, but not good for the search engines. Okay, so de-index these pages. Okay, I would de-index this page. And after this, what I'll be doing is I'll be recording a short video to explain in terms of from an SEO perspective, what they should be doing. Okay, it's going to be a little bit technical, but you know what? That is what's most important when it comes to, you know, getting a strong foundation set up for your website. Because if your technical aspects of your website is not set up properly, whatever you do in the future, you're going to see results, but it's just not going to have that much results as compared to if you fix all your technical issues first. So this is one thing. And then I just want to take note. So later on I can go through the index useless pages. Not useless, but in content pages. Lesser than 500 words. Okay, so that's a bunch. So let's take a look at some of the product pages. Okay, look, their products, right? It's not, it doesn't have a lot of, it doesn't have a lot of content on it. And this should be built with Shopify, right? On Wix, oh my God. Okay, the problem with Wix, right? It is good for businesses that do not know how to, or do not have the resources, or do not know how to develop websites. And it's a good option for you to straight away purchase hosting, and then, you know, straight away drag and drop in websites that you want and get it live ASAP, right? But when it comes to doing a lot more stuff like tracking, like different sort of functions you want available on your site, Wix is definitely not the way to go, especially if you're going to look, if you're looking into creating your brand for a long term, because there's a lot of things that you cannot do with Wix. Okay, I've recently had a client that is on Wix website, just by installing their Google Analytics there's so many restrictions with Wix. So again, this has not a lot of content. I'm gonna just write here, more content on product pages. Okay, because all their product pages, right, it's getting very, very little content. Okay, so I'm gonna make a conditional formatting over here. So I'm gonna say anything that is lesser than 500 words, I want it to flag it as red color. Okay, and then I want to add another rule. Okay, anything that is more greater than 500, then it's going to be flagged as green, which is good to go. Okay, so you can see over here, this is all the red color marks. Okay, this is the amount of thin content they have on their page. Okay, so if your website is live and up running, right, and if your website doesn't have words, okay, it's going to be flagged as thin content. Okay, now I'll move on. Okay, I'm going to shift this over here. Okay. I'm just double checking the canonical tags. Okay, oops. Okay, canonical tag is done up right. Yeah, so this is a small website, so it's pretty easy to audit. Yeah, so their page titles not optimized. Okay, again, meta description not optimized. Data ones. Yeah, and a bunch of word counts. Yeah, so that's it for this website's audit. Okay, the next website, I think, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. Notes. Okay, and I'm just going to send this over to the website owner. Okay, and one more thing I like to do, right, it's I just like to take a look at their website and see in terms of a UX perspective, you know, what is good, what is bad, what can be improved. I really like the design. Okay, that's one thing for sure. So it's a sell and a buy platform, I think. This is all good, but I don't think they're getting any sort of traffic organically, at least. Yeah, so the design is really nice. I like the design. And yeah, so look, with one audit like that, right, you can sort of see on a website level, you can see exactly every single page what needs to be done, you know, what is missing and the length. Okay, it shows you exactly like what's missing and what is flagged out as, you know, can be optimized. Okay, so that is this for this section. I'm gonna save this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy this, and I'm gonna do it for one more website owner. Okay, so let me close this, and this website will be a lot more easier because this is only a one-page website. Okay, so delete the sheet. Okay, for more information on the audit, right, just feel free to, there should be a banner below. Yeah. So feel free to jump on the link and then find out more details about the audit. Okay. So the next website will be this website. Okay, this is a one-pager, so it's going to be slightly easier. So again, using Screaming Frog. Yeah, this is just a one-pager website. Okay, so two-page. We do HTML export. Okay, and then let's go to open. Once this is opened, what we'll do, copy and paste the export here. Close this. So this is relatively easy. So they only have two. Oops. And because this is such a small website, right? What I'll be doing is, I think I'll be going in to take a look at the design of the page. Status code. F. And you can do this for your websites for like literally up to like 500, 1,000 pages. Okay, so that's done for this website. Super simple. Okay, going to do this. Yeah, this page can be de-indexed, to be honest. It shouldn't even be live. Okay, and then let's take a look at in terms of UX. Okay, so first of all, this is indexable. This is self-canonical, so which is good. And then, yeah, so page title is too short. Title length, word count. Yeah, so there's a few things to optimize here, right? So page title, meta description is missing and things like that. Yep, so let me just take a look on UX experience. Let's just take a look at the mobile version. And this is built with Lua. Huh. Oh no. So this is a new CMS, I think. Okay, then let me just go and take a look whether is this page getting any sort of traffic. It's not getting any sort of traffic at all. Yeah, so it's a nice looking website. Yeah, so there's not really too much I can audit about this website, to be honest, because there's just nothing for me to work with. It's a 2-page site, but really it's a 1-page site. Okay, and so they can book a time slot, which is good. Yeah, which is good. But the end of the day, it's if you don't have traffic coming to your site, it's not going to, like, all these are nice. But if there's no traffic coming to your site, then I've built websites that I spend so much time into developing, designing the website, thinking about the functionalities and every single aspect, right? But the end of the day, it's this: if there's no people coming to your website, all this is not going to be that rewarding, because at the end of the day, you want people to use your website. Okay. So what I'll really do is what I can do for this website owner is to hop on a call and just sort of let them know, or let him know, the route that he should be taking. Is this site meant for for serves as a business card, or for people that they meet in person? Because this site has no traffic, so but it has a book function. So unless it's a person that unless it's a customer that he met face to face, this is not going to serve much purpose, even though he has a lot of nice features here. Yeah, so that's it for this website. Pretty easy. The next, and then figure out traffic source. Okay, and then some really nice stuff going on here, but just fundamentally, there's no traffic source coming in here unless it's running paid advertising. Okay, if not, then it's kind of, it's a bit wasted to have such a nice website, nice functions set up, but no traffic coming into here. Yeah, so that's it for this session. In the future, I'll be doing SEO work and streaming live again, and this is my first time using StreamYard. So yeah, so if you like what you see, subscribe for more, like the video, and thank you. Peace.